Hi everyone. Um, I welcome you to today's episode. And the last time we met, we talked about addition of cells. Okay, yeah, that's what we talked about. And so today we are going to talk about subtraction of cells and also multiplication of cells. Okay, these are what we are going to talk about now. Okay, now before we begin with the subtraction of cells or the multiplication of cells, there is something I would like to add to the previous video. Okay, remember the previous video we talked about the addition of cells. Okay, so a recap on that. Let's say we have our first question here to be 3 root 2 plus 7 root 2 plus 4 root 2. Okay, so remember I said because the number inside the root sign here, so 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, they are the same. Okay, so in this case what we will do is we will add, since the numbers here are the same, we will add the numbers in front of the root sign, so which is 3, 7, then 4. So we are going to have 3 here plus 7 plus 4, then we take only one among the root 2, so root 2. So we go 3 plus 7, we have 10, then 10 plus 4, we have 14 root 2. This becomes our final answer. Okay, now a different case here. Let's say in the case where we have 2 root 2 plus 3 root 3 plus 7 root 2. Okay, now considering this case, you can see that we have 2 root 2 here, we have 3 root 3, and we have 7 root 2. Now because the number inside the root sign here is different from the number inside the root sign here, we can add these two together. Okay, now when we compare this 2 root 2 to 7 root 2, because the number inside the root sign here, which is 2, is the same as the number here, we can add these two. That's 2 root 2 then 7 root 2. So our next step will be 2 root 2 plus 7 root 2 plus 3 root 3. Okay, so moving on, we can remember that we can only add 2 root 2 then 7 root 2 since they all have the same numbers inside the root sign, which is 2. So we are going to have here 2 plus 7, remember the first step, 2 plus 7 root 2 plus 3 root 3. Okay, so our next step here, we're going to have 9 root 2 plus 3 root 2. Okay, so this is going to be our final answer. Okay, so remember that we can add this to this because there is 7 root 2 and there is 3 root 3. The number inside the root sign here is different from the number inside the root sign here. Okay, so in this case we can add them together. You get? Yeah, so this some of the things I wanted to add to the previous video. Okay, now let's move on to our main work for today. That's what we are going to do for today. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the subtraction of cells. So it's already at the top there. Okay, so subtraction of cells. So let's say our first example, we have 3 root 7 here minus 4 root 7 minus root 7 minus 2 root 7. Okay, yeah, this is our first question. So in this case we are going to have 3 minus 4, so let's group them. So 3 minus 4 minus, remember here there is 1, but in maths we can't write 1 here. Okay, so we just leave the 1, or we can represent it here. So 1, then minus 2 here. Okay, then we put our root 7 inside brackets. Remember, no matter what, you choose only one among the root 7s. Okay, somebody might say, oh, because they are 4, so no, you choose only one among the root 7s. So we move here, 3 minus 4. Okay, we have -1, then so we have -1 minus 1. We are solving it according to steps. Okay, so -2, then our root 7 nicely inside the bracket. So we are going to have here -1 will give us what? -2. Then -2 minus what? 2 will give us what? -4. So we have -4 as our answer. Then we add our root 7. Okay, so this will be our answer. That's -4 root 7. Okay, so hope you understand. And please note that if you have any question, you can drop it at the comment section. Okay, I'm here to help you. All right, so let's move on. So number 2 here we have let's see 4 root 2. Okay, minus root 2 minus let's see 2 root 2. Okay, so let's move on. So we have root 2 here, root 2 here, root 2 here. Remember, that's the first thing you have to check. Okay, you have to check whether the number inside the root sign here are the same. Okay, so for in this case, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, which means the number inside the root signs, okay, they are the same, so we can add them. So let's go. Now we have 4 here, so we can subtract them. So we have 4 here minus, remember there's 1 here, so -1 minus 2. Then we select one of the root 2s, then we put it inside the bracket nicely. So we have 4 minus 1, which is 3, then 3 minus 2, which is 1. Okay, so we have what? 1, then to bracket our root 2. Okay, but we can't represent it in math, so in mathematics we just write it this way, which is root 2. Okay, that will be our answer. Okay, yeah, as simple as that. Please know that if you have any question, you can draw my attention on the comment section. Okay, yeah, so let's move on to the multiplication of the sets. Okay, so the multiplication, let's say for that one, it's a little bit different from the addition and the subtraction. Okay, so let's say our first question over here is root 3 times root 7. Okay, now remember, for the addition and the subtraction, I told you that if you check and the number inside the root signs here are not the same, you can't add them. But that's different from multiplication. For multiplication, whether the numbers are the same or they are not the same, you can multiply them. Okay, so in this case, 3 times 7, you get root 21 here. So this become our final answer. Now number 2, let's say we have root of 2 times root of 2. Okay, root of 2 times root of 2, we have here root of 2 times 2, which is what? Root 4. Okay, but our final answer becomes what? Sorry, root 4. So our final answer becomes 2, because square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so our answer becomes 2 because root of 4, so that square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so let's solve number 3. So let's say we have root of 7 times root of 2. Okay, our answer becomes what? Root of 7 times 2, giving us what? Root of 2 times 7, which is 14. So this becomes our final answer. Okay, yeah, please remember that if you have any question, you can drop it at the comment section so that I help you with that. Okay, don't hesitate to do that. Okay, now so moving on, we are going to mix. Let's draw our line. Okay, we're going to mix the three different numbers. That's going to be our next steps now. Okay, that's the addition, then the subtraction. Okay, and also the multiplication. Okay, but before then, let's say you are given a question that looks like this. Let me write A here. Okay, so A, 3 root of 2 times 4 root of 3 times 2, sorry, let's say times root 2. Okay, now you see this is different from the first one we did. Okay, so we are going to multiply them according to like terms, or according to how they are being grouped. So for example, we multiply all the numbers inside the root signs here. Okay, so we multiply 2 times 3, then times 2. After we multiply 3 times 4, then here, remember here there is 1. So let's start. So we move by this way. 3 times 4 here, times there is 1 here, so times 1. Then we can put our numbers inside the square root in the bracket. So square root of 2 times root of 3 times root of 2. Okay, now we come here, we have 3 times 4 giving us what? 12. So 12 times 1 is 12, so we have 12. Then we move on, that's our bracket comes. So over here you can choose to do it this way, so that it become easy for us. So we have 2, remember I drew my root sign first, so we have 2 times 3 times 2 all inside the root sign. So 12 here, then inside my root sign again I have what? 2 times 3 is what? 6. Then 6 times what? Times 2 is 12. So I have 12 here as my answer. So moving on, 12 into the bracket. Now here we can actually, the answer is root 12. Okay, but we can break it down. Okay, we can break it down. So breaking it down, let me just write breakdown here. Okay, so it becomes easy for you. So we can break it down like this. So breaking this down, we have 12 here. Then here, you can look for 2 numbers. Okay, 2 numbers that when you multiply you get 12, but one of the numbers must be, or must have a perfect square. When I say a perfect square, let's say for example 4, square root of 4, you can have 2, square root of 16, you get. So for example, let's say 4 times 3 here will give you 12. Okay, 4 times 3 will give you the 12 here. Okay, now remember that if 2 numbers are being multiplied and they are put under a square root sign or a root sign, okay, the root sign applies to all of them. Okay, so this same way I can choose to do it. 12 into bracket root of 4 times root of 3. Okay, they are the same. They are the same as this. So continuing, 12 into bracket. Now you know that root of 4 is the same as 2. Yeah, square root of 4 is 2. So we have 2 as our answer times root of 3. Okay, continuing, now we have 12 into bracket 2. There is 1 here. Okay, so the 2 will multiply the 1 here. Remember how we started from here. Okay, 3 times 4 then times 1. So same way you do it here. So 2, there is 1 here, times 1, giving you what? 2 root 3. Okay, now it becomes 12. Remember, if a number is being put inside the bracket, okay, it means there is a multiplication sign here. So 12 times what? 2 root 2. Okay, so when we remove the bracket, okay, we introduce what? A multiplication sign. Now remember how we did it at the top here. Okay, so we do the same thing here. Now we get 12 times 2 root 2. Here multiplies the number here. So 12 times 2 is what? 24. So we get 24 root 2. Okay, so this becomes what our final answer, 24 root 2. Okay, please like, share and comment. If you have any question, you can put it on the comment section. Okay, and I will be willing to help you with that. Okay, now so this is that. Okay, please watch out a full topic of the sales. Okay, I'll take time to record the full topic of the sales. Okay, multiplication of sales both in core math and also in elective mathematics. Okay, yeah, I will record the full topic, then take my time, then explain everything to you. Okay, from A to Z about sales. Okay, I'll take my time, then record everything. So please, if you have any question, I repeat it again, kindly put it at the comment section, subscribe, like and share. Okay, so see you next time. Goodbye.